Welcome back. In this unit, we're going to learn how to talk about your family and personal information in German. You'll learn how to describe family members, talk about your relationship status, and say which languages you speak. We'll also cover some important grammar topics, like mein or meine, basic verbs, articles, and German sounds. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to talk about yourself and your family in simple German. Let's get started. Now let's learn how to talk about family members in German. Let's start with the immediate family. Die Mutter means mother. Der Vater means father. Die Eltern means parents. Die Kinder means children. Der Sohn means son. Die Tochter means daughter. Here are some examples. Meine Mutter ist nett, which means my mother is nice. Mein Vater arbeitet viel, which means my father works a lot. Die Kinder spielen im Park, which means the children are playing in the park. Now let's look at siblings. Der Bruder means brother. Die Schwester means sister. Die Geschwister means siblings. Examples. Mein Bruder ist 20 Jahre alt, which means my brother is 20 years old. Meine Schwester ist Studentin, which means my sister is a student. Ich habe 2 Geschwister, which means I have 2 siblings. And finally, other family members. Der Opa means grandfather. Die Oma means grandmother. Die Tante means aunt. Der Onkel means uncle. Die Cousine means female cousin. Der Cousin means male cousin. Examples. Mein Opa ist alt, which means my grandfather is old. Meine Oma kocht gern, which means my grandmother likes cooking. Mein Onkel wohnt in Berlin, which means my uncle lives in Berlin. These are the most common family words you will use in everyday conversations. Now let's learn how to talk about personal information in German. First, let's look at some basic vocabulary. Der Name means name. Der Vorname means first name. Der Nachname means last name. Die Telefonnummer means phone number. Die Adresse means address. Die Stadt means city. Now let's look at some important questions. Wie ist deine Telefonnummer? Means, what is your phone number? Wo wohnst du? Means, where do you live? Wo wohnen Sie? Is the formal version. And here are some answers. Mein Name ist. Meine Telefonnummer ist. Ich wohne in. Let's look at a short dialogue. Wie heißt du? Mein Name ist Ali. Wo wohnst du? Ich wohne in Berlin. This is how you talk about personal information in German. Now let's talk about family and marital status in German. First, let's look at marital status. Verheiratet means married. Ledig means single. Geschieden means divorced. Now let's look at family. Der Sohn means son. Die Tochter means daughter. Der Freund means boyfriend. Die Freundin means girlfriend. Now let's look at some important questions. Bist du verheiratet? Means, are you married? Sind Sie verheiratet? Is the formal version. Hast du Kinder? means do you have children?
Haben Sie Kinder?
Is the formal version. And here are some answers.
Ich bin verheiratet.
Which means I am married.
Ich bin ledig.
Which means I am single.
Ich bin geschieden.
Which means I am divorced.
Ich habe einen Sohn.
Which means I have a son.
Ich habe 2 Kinder.
Which means I have 2 children.
Ich habe keine Kinder.
Which means I don't have children. This is how you talk about family and relationships in German. Now let's learn how to talk about languages in German. First, let's look at some common languages.
Deutsch
Means German.
Englisch
Means English.
Spanisch
Means Spanish.
Französisch
Means French.
Portugiesisch
Means Portuguese.
Chinesisch
Means Chinese. Now let's look at the verb,
sprechen.
which means to speak.
Ich spreche. Du sprichst. Er spricht.
Now let's ask a question.
Welche Sprachen sprichst du?
Means which languages do you speak? And here are some answers.
Ich spreche Deutsch.
Which means I speak German.
Ich spreche Deutsch und Englisch.
Which means I speak German and English.
Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch.
Which means I speak a little German. This is how you talk about languages in German. Now let's learn how to say my in German. In German, my can be
Mein or meine.
Here is the rule.
Mein,
Is used with masculine and neuter nouns.
meine,
Is used with feminine and plural nouns. Let's look at some examples.
mein Vater,
Which means my father.
mein Kind,
Which means my child.
meine Mutter,
Which means my mother.
meine Eltern,
Which means my parents. Now let's see this in sentences.
das ist mein Vater,
Which means this is my father.
das ist mein Haus,
Which means this is my house.
das ist meine Mutter,
Which means this is my mother.
das sind meine Eltern,
Which means these are my parents. So remember,
der, mein, die, meine, das, mein, die, Plural, meine.
now let's learn 3 very important verbs in German.
Sein,
Means to be.
haben,
Means to have.
sprechen,
Means to speak. Let's start with
sein. Ich bin. Du bist. Er ist. Wir sind. Ihr seid. Sie sind.
examples,
Ich bin müde.
which means I am tired,
Du bist nett.
which means you are nice. Now the verb,
Haben. Ich habe. Du hast. Er hat. Wir haben. Ihr habt. Sie haben.
examples,
Ich habe ein Auto.
which means I have a car,
Du hast ein Buch.
which means you have a book. And now the verb,
Sprechen. Ich spreche. Du sprichst. Er spricht. Wir sprechen. Ihr sprecht. Sie sprechen.
examples,
Ich spreche Deutsch.
which means I speak German,
Du sprichst Englisch.
which means you speak English. So remember,
Sein.
is irregular,
Haben.
changes in,
Du.
and
Er. Sprechen.
changes from E to I. Now let's learn articles in German.
der, die, and das.
These words mean the in English, but in German, every noun has a gender. Let's start with
Der. Der.
is used for masculine nouns,
Der Vater.
which means the father,
Der Bruder.
which means the brother,
Der Arzt.
which means the doctor. Examples,
Der Vater ist nett.
which means the father is nice,
Der Bruder spielt Fußball.
which means the brother plays football. Now let's look at
Die. Die.
is used for feminine nouns,
Die Mutter.
which means the mother,
Die Schwester.
which means the sister,
Die Freundin.
which means the girlfriend. Examples,
Die Mutter ist nett.
which means the mother is nice,
Die Schwester ist Studentin.
which means the sister is a student. And finally,
Das. Das.
is used for neutral nouns,
Das Kind.
which means the child,
Das Haus.
which means the house,
Das Buch.
which means the book. Examples,
Das Kind ist klein.
which means the child is small,
Das Haus ist groß.
which means the house is big. So remember,
Der.
masculine,
Die.
feminine,
Das.
neutral. Before we finish, here's an important tip about articles. Don't let articles stop you from speaking. At the beginning, thinking too much about
Der. Die.
and
Das.
can slow you down and make speaking harder. You will learn the correct articles naturally over time by listening and practicing. So for now, focus on speaking. If you're not sure, you can often use
Die.
because many nouns are.
Die.
The most important thing is to communicate, not to be perfect. Keep practicing and your accuracy will improve step by step. Now let's look at German letters and sounds. First, let's look at the German alphabet.
A. A. B. B. C. C. D. D. E. E. F. F. G. G. H. H. I. I. J. J. K. K. L. L. M. M. N. N. O. O. P. P. Q. Q. R. R. S. S. T. T. U. U. V. V. W. W. X. X. Y. Y. Z. Z.
Now let's look at special letters. Dotted I. Letter sounds like E. For example,
Spät.
dotted O letter is a rounded sound. For example,
Blöd.
dotted U letter is also a rounded sound. For example,
Süß.
the letter looks like beta is pronounced like double S. For example,
Groß.
and now some important sound rules. On the right side, you will see some examples which shows how the special letters sound like.
Bei, Spiel, Freund, Schule, Sprache, Stadt, Tschüss.
So remember, listen carefully and repeat. Pronunciation is very important in German. Great job, you've completed Unit 2. In this lesson, you learned how to talk about your family, give personal information, describe your relationship status, and speak about languages. You also learned important grammar like
Mein, meine.
key verbs, articles, and German sounds. Now you can talk about yourself and your daily life in simple German. Make sure to practice these sentences and repeat them out loud. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more. See you in the next lesson.